ate some great things, yeah. And some Cracker Barrel, little brother with me selling jacket pearl. She a rich girl, she done had Camaros. Keep it two, keep it Willie Caballero. White boy with a little habanero. I just hit 100, I was at a 0. I'm a big boss, you just at a bureau. Hometown hero, tell him at a mural. On the face of my city, co-signed by Diddy. Hard liquor, I'm shitty. Hotel, some biddy. Gotta doing my bidding. You changed, no kidding. Wasn't always this pretty.
I'm the man of my city. Yeah. Niggas can't fuck with me. Nah. Book bag 350. Cash. Got my hand on my blicky. My swag on dance for real. First come, then I'm paying the bills. Niggas bums, they got nowhere to live. I ain't chasing nothing but me some M's. I ain't beefing with them niggas, they kids. I should put them over my knee and spank them. I was thinking that they would've been thankful. Pretty bitches, she be killing them angles. We turn a killer right into an angel. I start demolishing shit when I'm angry. But don't be following me, that shit dangerous. Still in the apartment, my little hitters banging. I ran my projects before I was famous. Straight from the bottom, you know I ain't changing. Everything cash, you know how I play. Fuck like I love her, she know I ain't stand. Pass to the dog, you know how I play. Act like I'm dumb, but you know I ain't crazy. Big baby. On the face of my city, co-signed by Diddy. Hard liquor, I'm shitty.
Hotel, some biddy. Gotta doing my bidding. You changed, no kidding. Wasn't always this pretty.
We gon' step on niggas like a horseshoe. Only raise the blade if I'm forced to. I twist the rapper's cap like a corkscrew. I was wire on, I got a short fuse. I turn a cricket pig into pork stew. I got a ton of problems I should sort through. I keep it to myself with no support group. Can't depend on niggas to support you. See the demons coming from the porch view. Talking game to bitches like the sports news. I've been through it all and paid more dues than you fuck niggas. Oh, the Lord knew. All the self-loading from the poor moves. Suicidal thoughts, I pour more booze. Gotta shake it off or you for sure lose. It ain't over, nigga, gotta push through. Hope you pussy niggas had a good snooze. Ain't no code of ethics, fuck the hood rules. That's the devil's liar, what a good rules. I wake up to hell to some good news. Oh, the pussy great, but she can't cook food. It's the bully, wish a nigga would fool. I stand on my words like a footstool. I'm a stand-up guy, I won't be ostracized. Whatever card was dealt, I gotta optimize. Can't let these niggas see you soft aside, cause they would chew you up and you get tossed aside. They would roll up on you and pop the 9. It was prophesized like Pac's demise. When the trust is dead, you gotta watch your guys, cause they be at your back with a pocket knife. I ain't playing game with you fuck niggas. Came out the gutter, now I'm up niggas. Paranoid, no, I don't trust niggas. You say you gon' do what, nigga? Oh, I got something for the tough niggas. You ready, say aim, the chopper gon' bang. I'm pop out the brain and play no games. Say, 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 no game, say, no game, say, say, no game, say, you ready, say aim, the chopper gon' bang. I'm pop out your brain and play no games. Bully season, now they come to play games. I made it, mama, look, your son is the range. I'm John Rambo, bet the llama go bang. I'm counting commas, I go dumb in the bank. Out a date with death, I go to prom with a shank. Ain't no limit, bitch, I might be on with a tank. Ain't no warning, better keep your palm on a cake. That's on God, if I sense any harm, I'ma spray. It's Lord bitten, put the bag over bitches. Respect the God, if not, then that's sacrilegious. Get paranoid if niggas acting suspicious. Could lose your life and not just spare the specifics. I make it famous, I might add a horrific. Cataclysmic, chopper scatter your biscuit. It's going down and that's a matter of physics. Can't count on niggas, I just added my digits. Watch for wires, I ain't talking about Idris. These niggas snitches, they gon' tell all your business. He took the stand, your man just turned over witness. I'm different, nigga, I don't fit the statistics. Sickness can't be cured with meds or holistic. I'm sorry, babe, don't mean to sound chauvinistic. Just give a dick, I don't break bread with the mistress. I'm on they neck and I ain't playing with you bitches. I ain't playing game with you fuck niggas. Okay.
Both teams in now, ready to take the field. Doubles action tonight, one cast for the evening. And they're off. Rampage takes the kickoff. Goes to rotate back, pops up. Tricky's already in the air. And we have a 50 that drops down to the monster. Shot, redirect. Clad Monster, I think he had a shot, and I think Rampage took it off target. But Clad Monster's gonna dribble from the wall. And that is pretty nifty for tier 3, and that's what scouting can do for you. If Trickle Star at any point had caught one of Apollo Esports games, they would have seen that ability from Clad Monster and maybe been on the lookout for it. That'll work maybe once in a series, especially if the other team isn't expecting it. But that one could go a long way if it's the only score in a game. Drops down to Rampage. They both go flying. Rampage trying to stick with it. He gets robbed as Clad Monster goes back wall. Crosses his net. Looks for the dribble out, and this one pops back to Tricky. Tricky has boost and shanks it wide right. $50 there, Clad Monster. Looking to dribble now. He already has the air dribble for us. Rampage chips it in. Somewhat of an own goal at the end, but great play by the captain.
Can I get a oh yeah?
Utilizes the one-on-one situation and turns the game to 2-0 in favor of the number 1 seed.
Get him a body bag! Yeah!
Tricky drops it down. Carrying it over, up the wall, going for the back pass now, but now Clad Monster has possession. Icarus puts one on, a little wide, he'll have to finish. Good touch by Rampage to get it out of the shooting area. Clad Monster looks like he's ready to go for the goal every time he gets possession. Rampage toying with his food, puts it up against the backboard. Monster puts it to the side wall. Rampage again, trying to slow, trying to fake, but it looks like Trickle Star is just gonna start diving on him now to catch him off guard. Tricky with the catch. Pop up. Good flick, and Cookies is in the chat. He's scouting. We were talking about scouting earlier, chat.
That's assault, brother.
And we're seeing it now. What up, Cookies? Icarus out of his goal. Probably wanted a little more on that one. Collects the save regardless. Icarus tries to double in the corner. Tricky gets turned around, utilizing his boost. Gets robbed once more. Bar down does Rampage. 3-0 here. I thought that might not go in, but it looks like it's starting to lose speed as it was getting to the net. And Apollo Esports is cruising.
Why would you kill him like that?
We have another demo. Icarus driving around. Clad Monster plays it smart. Gets possession. Looking to keep it. Wants to hop in. And here's Icarus looking to take flight. Gets a wave dash going. Goes up and over. Shooter and no. Clad Monster getting back on defense, hustling into position.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
And Apollo Esports continue to roll. 4-0, minute 14 remaining. And the number 1 seed looks good. They come in here undefeated, 8-0. And really showing us why. Coral, appreciate the follow. Rampage flies in. Now down to 60 seconds. First time casting Apollo Esports. Haven't seen them all season. I have seen Trickle Star once or twice. And I have seen them make some comeback victories as well. So I wouldn't read too much into this game 1. But Trickle Star is definitely put on notice with this performance, especially if they ride out the last 40 seconds without scoring a goal. Lad Monster wins the 50, gets possession, taking his time, puts one in, and another own goal. This one a little more distinctive, but that is the speed of Clad. Go! He's able to dribble on you. He's able to shoot. He's able to take it in the air. And even when he's off target, even when you can make a save, he's going to make you uncomfortable. He's going to make you rush your touch, make you do something you didn't necessarily want to do. And I think that's what we saw there. Close touch there. Trickle Star almost snuck in a goal with seconds remaining. And Rampage is able to quickly turn that into offense for Apollo.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
And this game one really got away from Trickle Star. Up the field, up the corner. It's a formality. Rampage might want more points. Clad Monster, not sure if that's a vehicle change. I know Coral is their sub player, and he might be coming in for some action. And it'd be interesting to see Clad Monster sit after his MVP performance. 2 goals, 1 save, 3 shots. But a lot of action for him, and Coral will come in and relieve his teammate, as Trickle Star has 2 saves to the 8 shots of Apollo Esports, and just tough to deal with. And here's the thing, now with Clad joining us, Clad, appreciate the follow. Clad he's an observer now. He's on the bench. He's gonna watch his team perform. Trickle Star can make adjustments, but technically they're adjusting to a new roster, a new team, a new lineup, and they might see a whole different dynamic from these 2 players. A win on the kickoff for Trickle Star. Icarus sends it into the infield, and Rampage, cool, calm, collected. Gonna dribble again, gets the fake. He's been sending up all game long. Rampage.
Would you look at that? Filthy. Absolutely filthy.
He fakes, he dribbles, he slices through Trickle Star and tips it in. Apollo Esports 1-0. Now that's the player. He wasn't MVP, but had 4 goals in game 1 and was a few points behind from having the MVP performance, if we're being frank. As Icarus is going to score the first goal for Trickle Star. Nothing too fancy here, but effective. Great placement by Icarus. Just puts it far left. Coral coming off the bench, still trying to adjust to the game speed. Gets caught looking at that one. $50 out to the wall. Crossing over the backboard. Rampage already in the air, and you have to love the aggression. And you also have to think that perhaps that aggression came from their 6-0 victory in game 1. That'll boost you with a lot of confidence and maybe put some gusto in your touches. Icarus giving us a fake of his own, going to the wall, sees his captain, trying to get it to Tricky, and Coral reads the same thing. Ball gets caught up in the corner. Rampage going the other way. Ball's neutral in the air. Coral not ready to get to it. Icarus gets a beat. Icarus does it alone, and that's a lead for Trickle Star.
Encara Messi, 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 gol, 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 gol.
And this is very interesting. Also an interesting strategy from Apollo Esports. Usually you'll see teams roll with their, their top lineup or one lineup until it loses, until it fails. They had a ton of success in game 1, 6-0. They opt for a substitution, and maybe we're seeing the results. 2-1, and maybe another score here. Icarus coming around. Coral on defense plays it well. Driving out of the field. Into the wall. Icarus gets to it on front post, and Icarus, I'm not sure if it's just my eyes, but it looks like he's picked up the pace, and he knows that he's going to have to bring some speed to compete in this one as he goes up and over Rampage, who just got a little overzealous on defense there, and that's what we were talking about, that confidence from winning game 1, coming out with a very decisive win. And it might just it might go to your head a little bit. Let's see how Apollo Esports adjusts. Shot there from Rampage, has defenders hanging all over him. And let's see what Coral has. Sending up off the wall, sticking with it, maintaining possession, a bit of a ground pinch. And Icarus is able to get back. Icarus has been running around with his hair on fire ever since game 2 kicked off. Rampage with a big win. He's up in the air and carries it over. Rampage.
Mathematical!
If you are just joining us, Rampage had a hell of a game in game 1, scoring 4 goals. And I didn't think Trickle could suppress him for too long. And there, again, you see him taking advantage of the isolation play. Icarus up in the air, off the backboard. And Rampage, possession once more. Going straight into the heart of the net. Icarus gets the save. Tricky driving the other way. Coral's going to have to get to this one. And a great plan and try by Tricky. He saw Icarus up in the outlet. Tried to get a pass, but that one is going to cost him.
Encara Messi, 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 gol, 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 gol.
And this one may provide us a lot of back and forth. You blink and it's tied 3-3, 2:16 remaining. Icarus pops down on the ball. Coral is going to go one-on-one with Tricky. Rampage was waiting, but he gets smoked. Against the backboard, Tricky needs this touch, sends it out a little wide.
Off the post!
And that would have been a fantastic play for Tricky. Who, it seems that he still has some discomfort to him. He's not flowing like I know he can. He seems a bit hesitant to make his touches. And that might cost Trickle in this game. Here comes Tricky. Going one-on-one, the double demo.
Get him a body bag. Yeah.
And Tricky's coming around, gets possession. Rampage being a nuisance. Coral goes up and over, but sends it to the corner. Ticking down to 60 seconds. Icarus had the right idea, but just sends it out a little too wide. And Trickle they're gonna start abusing Apollo Esports. They're gonna make things physical, see if they can handle it. And I think we may have our answer. Icarus pops up, tries to catch, good play, but Coral gives as good as he's getting. Sends a bump and opens a wide shooting lane for Rampage. 4-3, Apollo Esports regain the lead. Maybe goal number 5. Tricky, quick to sweep that one out of the goal. 50 here, up the wall. Tricky sends a shot on almost.
Impressive.
The tying goal in Coral. He looked a little flat-footed, but just sprung up at a moment's notice. Tricky gets caught. He was behind the defense. One extra touch from Coral was all it needed as Icarus goes flying. Ticking down to 10 seconds. They don't have much time to waste as Tricky gets turned around. Rampage still there looking for goal number 5. Icarus says no. Still time to work with. They have to keep it up in the air. It's on the ground. Apollo Esports 2-0. Let's see what they do as far as personnel decisions. They had a 6-0 victory in game 1. They go for the substitution. We'll see if they roll with this combination. Coral is readied up, as now Rampage is the MVP. 689, 4 goals again, matching the output from the previous game. And Trickle Star, a much better performance, but still have a lot of questions to answer moving forward, especially if they want to take at least one game off of this red hot Apollo Esports team. Looks like Rampage did leave. And Clad Monster's in. Okay, maybe the rule is if you're the MVP, you have to sit on the bench. You have to bring the sub player in. You have to let them get a shot. And maybe that's how Apollo Esports rolls. But again, we talked about it in game 2. They're really keeping Trickle Star guessing. You could get any 2 players in Rocket League and they are not going to play exactly the same. Every player likes to approach it with their own strategy, their own nuances to the game. And right now, Trickle Star in game 3 have seen 3 different combinations of Apollo Esports, and that's tough to deal with, especially with Trickle Star making no substitutions of their own. The bully play here.
Jeepers, mister, you're really strong.
Clad Monster pops the ball up, snow plows his way, and the ball will roll in behind him. An early lead for Apollo Esports. Tricky gets the save. Going the other way now at possession. Coral going to play defense from front post. Let's see what Tricky has. Good play! Gets it to Icarus.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
And Tricky sends it the other way. Wattage comes in, says Clad should be tier 2. At least been GC in 2 of the last 2 seasons. And it's all very curious. We had a Roadkill Esports team on earlier this week, and they got pretty defensive with some similar accusations. And then all hell broke loose in the chat. But Wattage doing his homework. Game is 2-1 now. Currently, Apollo Esports on top. Coral gets it out of his side of the field. Driving down, trying to add to the lead. Icarus touches over, gets it to his captain. Tricky going the other way, following it. And Clad is able to cut him off midair. And Tricky going the other way. Coral's going to have to defend maybe a 2v1. And does a good job. Pins it against the wall. Coral was spinning around. Looks like he was out of sorts. And Dilly says, come on, Sticky Ick. His drop shot teammate, but Coral gets the steal and score at midfield.
Can I get a oh yeah?
So a 2-goal lead here halfway through game number 3, but the way things are shaping up, we may have a 4-0 sweep here. Coral sends it in the loose ball, and Coral has definitely improved. He had that slow start in game 2. Fantastic pass that he's able to field and launch away, and that is just synergy right there. You have to really trust your teammate to get up on the field, wait for that upfield pass, because if it never shows, the possession gets stolen and your team is SOL. But when you have that trust and confidence in your teammate, you're able to play like that. Dilly says, who we investigating on Tracker? We're investigating Clad, but if you remember, Dilly, Roadkill Esports, a team from Roadkill Esports earlier this week was being accused of smurfing, and I think the sentiment was take it up with the league. I believe that was the all-around sentiment, was to take it up with the league. As Trickle Star cuts the lead in half. Good play by Tricky. 1:33 remaining. Lowry Chimp, what up, sir? Here comes Clad Monster off the wall, drops it to Tricky. Tricky gets caught out of position. Can he get to it? Good save.
Impressive.
Tricky just playing a little too shallow on defense. Here comes Clad Monster. Off the wall. He likes setting up for those ground pinches. A gnarly shot there from the air from Coral, and Icarus is able to pop it up. Clad Monster turns around off the wall. Very tough to get it past the monster. Coral taking his time. Icarus a little out of position. Makes a double save, and Tricky is able to adjust and help him out. This one is not over quite yet, but a score should happen soon for Trickle Star if they want to stay in it. And Coral has really picked up the pace.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
I referred to Coral as a substitute player, but Apollo Esports, it seems like whatever combination they throw at you, they're gonna do damage. They're gonna be tough to deal with. As Coral has looked more and more great with the more playtime he's had, as game number 3 is in the books. And we're going to get ready for game number 4. Clad Monster is going to take a back seat. Coral is the MVP. And that's the theme of the night. Your MVP, you get subbed out. 4 goals for Coral, 7 shots, 11 total, 3 saves for Clad Monster. Rampage will rejoin, and we will have game number 4. And it may be the last of the evening, but we will see. 5 minutes on the clock, 0-0. So this is where Trickle Star has to focus right here before you let the game get away from you, as it may already be doing.
También se prepara Esteban Granero, el pirata, por cierto, las reacciones en el banquillo.
¡Ojo a Cristiano! ¡Cristiano en el área! ¡Sigue Cristiano! ¡Gol!
1-0, 8 seconds in. But as I was saying, if you're playing against a team that you think may be better, maybe a higher rank, maybe outclassing you, you have to slow it down. You can't give them those easy goals, make them earn it. And the game starts tied. The game starts 0-0, and that's where you have to maximize that opportunity. But Trickle Star goes down early to the #1 seed, undefeated Apollo Esports. Glad Monster with a catch. Rampage, a quick turn. Icarus gets caught in no man's land. Rampage might double off the backboard. Set it up for it. Slides over. Glad Monster goes flying. And he's going to set himself up for an air dribble. Flip reset. The second pop, and the second pop is good enough.
Oh yeah! Banana bread, bro!
Both defenders there. Both bite on the touch. I'm not sure if they saw him get the reset. It happened very quick, and he dropped down to finish the shot. Glad driving down the field, and that's 3-0, and Trickle Star. Again, just like I was talking about, they gotta calm down. Looks like Tricky was going for maybe a demo in the blue goal. And we'll get a wow in the goal as Apollo Esports is running away with this one. This looks like goal number 4. Tricky. Tough one there. Reading it well, guiding it against the wall, just unable to make the touch needed for the clear out. 3:35 remaining. Trickle Star has to stop the bleeding. They have to keep rotations tight, and you have to be able to lean on the fundamentals. Anytime you take a Rocket League field, you might get outplayed. There might be someone faster, but if you maintain your fundamentals, you'll compete. You'll be there, you'll keep it close. And let's see if Trickle Star can finish strong. 3 minutes. Now, Icarus has had some success dribbling here. Rampage says no. Looking to float it over. Tricky pops it up. And Clad Monster is going to hang out back doing donuts. I think he's letting Rampage do a 2v1 currently. So far, so good for Page. Now 5-0. This one pops out. Rampage on the other end going for the backboard. Tricky sends it away. Clad Monster pops it up to the backboard. Crossbar, own goal. Icarus gets credit. Clad Monster trying to get back to it. Gives Trickle Star their first goal. Icarus gets the save. Sends it to the corner. Clad Monster, that's what we've seen from him. He's He's very bendy. He's can adjust, great card control, and just really hard to get your saves and clears around him.
It's clobbering time!
And it seems like they're trying to knock the ball around now, maybe kill time. And Tricky will take advantage. 5-2, minute 32 remaining. Tricky gets 100 boost coming out of his corner. That looks good from where I'm sitting. 3-5. 2-goal difference with a minute 12 remaining. And perhaps just a few more careless plays from Apollo Esports. And we may have overtime, maybe a Trickle Star win. As we have action in midfield, Icarus driving back, misses the 100. I think he got starred by Clad Monster. 50 goes out, 60 seconds remaining. Rampage will turn, Clad Monster does the same. Tricky with the demo, but the damage has been done. Rampage looking to finish strong. Winner does move on to the finals matchup that starts this Tuesday. Teams can start booking their finals matches, and the loser will be playing a third place match again starting this Tuesday next week. Icarus floating it down. We will have a post-game interview with Rampage, get his thoughts on a few things, the game, the season, his teammates. Clad Monster up the wall, killing time here. A 3-goal difference. This one is just about over. Cookies says, looks like I'm playing for second place next week against Apollo. They look tough, and they got substitutions, and I don't think Apollo was extended. I don't think we've seen the most of what they can offer. And that is a 4-0 sweep. I'll get ready for the post-game interview here. We can hear from Rampage himself. Rampage.
Hello.
Hello. Congratulations making it to the finals. Is this the farthest you've been in IGL, or what's your peak?
Yeah, this is the furthest we ever been. We started last season with the spring. And
Okay.
we didn't really get so far. We got eliminated in the first round of finals, and then yeah.
What, the first round of playoffs, or?
Yeah, the first round of playoffs.
Okay.
That's what I meant.
Okay, and that was spring. And did you play in the summer as well?
Actually, yeah, it was not spring, it was summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was your first time. You have a rough go, which is actually, I've been casting for over a year now, and that's pretty typical. I have seen teams come into IGL and have a lot of success their first season, but usually it's really tough sledding, especially that first game of IGL in the regular season. You don't really know what to expect. You don't know the kind of talent you're going to go up against, but then you eventually get through that. Let's say you make the playoffs, and it's kind of again a whole different ball game once more. It gets really tough when you get this late in the series. And what were you seeing out there tonight against Trickle Star?
Oh, main thing I was seeing was just overall in the season is how my team improved. Like,
Okay.
just overall.
Right.
And then tonight, I seen that a little bit towards the end, we had a bad time rotating and miscommunication a lot there.
Okay.
But overall, we just did well.
Right. So I usually don't ask this in 2v2s because it's not, it usually has no bearing, but you guys have a nice solid rotation of players with substitutions, getting everyone involved. So I'll ask you, who are we giving the game ball to tonight? Who we got for MVP?
Definitely Clad. He showed up basically everybody. He was just there. Defense and offense.
Almost immediately as well. He had the carry from the wall, the air dribble that went right in, and if you watch the VOD back, you'll hear me talk about it in the cast. It's so hard to defend if you're not expecting it. If you hadn't done any scouting and you don't know that the opponent you're playing is capable of it, because once they hit that first one, then you start going up for it because you know that they have it in them. But you know that usually that first one skates by. Let me pay out the predictions here. It is you guys that take it, and yeah, Apollo Esports. So Clad, yeah, he looked fantastic. Is that what you guys come to expect from him? Is he consistent as well, or was he a little special tonight?
He's overall consistent. In the beginning of the season, he was kind of more like Coral, since they both started off as C2 and I was the lowest rank at C1.
Okay.
And then we just kept on going through, and then those two kept on playing, got better. Now Coral is at like C3, and then Glad at GC. So
right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just them putting in the work is just the main reason why we got this far. So
yeah, definitely. So you'll be facing, I believe that's the number 6 seed. See you next Tuesday. Did you happen to play them in the regular season?
No, we have not.
Okay, so be new blood. It is interesting, obviously, that it is the number 6 seed, but you guys were the highest. You obviously the undefeated number 1, 9-0, facing the number 4 tonight, and then on the other side was number 7 and number 6 respectively. So interesting. Some of the lower seeds you'll be going up against, you know, like and like I've been saying, any team there is very deserving. So that should be an interesting matchup for you guys. But you have the floor, sir. Any plugs for you? Any shout outs you want to get off, or anything else you want to talk about? Feel free.
It's more like there's just them putting on the work is just really good. Is overall shout out to Clad and Coral, because honestly, without them, the team probably wouldn't have not gotten that far. But yeah.
Awesome. Well put, sir. Well, congrats again. Good luck next week on your first finals match, and yeah, give them hell.
Oh yeah, we'll do.
Peace.
Thank you. Peace.
All right, that was it. Ham Fleshy says raid Pyro J. That I'm just gonna do that. That's not a guide the raid. We'll just get that done.
Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.